41 Heather Avenue in Thomastown. My name is Robert Ozzimo. I proudly represent the company of Harcourts, Rata and Co. I'm joined here today by some of my award-winning team in blue. Should you require their advice, please feel free to approach either Michael Tomadakis, Alex Dukas, and of course, the best husband and wife team in real estate, best in the north, Mr. George and Mrs. Christina Ioannou, who no doubt you've had the great pleasure of meeting throughout the marketing campaign. And Harry's here too. So buyers, before we proceed, and Michael, I didn't see you over there, Michael. Before we proceed, I'd like to share with you the following announcements, which in place to help you bid. Absolute confidence here today. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit the auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer. I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides for fines for that conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. The contract of sale has been on display prior to today's auction. We call for 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of that contract to take place here today, with the balance to be paid at settlement in an extremely flexible 30 to 120 days time, at which time the vendor will provide the lucky buyer with vacant possession of the property. All in all, quite a straightforward contract. Everything is in there. Everything is quite clear. So buyers, is with my highest recommendation what we offer for your consideration and competition here today. A great opportunity here in the absolute beating heart of Thomastown. Access to everything that you need, not only to create a great lifestyle for you and your family, but also to generate security through capital growth. And it's the infrastructure that surrounds us that underpins capital growth. Easy access to a number of schools, both primary and secondary. Easy access to a number of transport routes, not the least of which, of course, is the bus route on Main Street, and of course easy access to Thomastown Station, providing simple access into the city. If you prefer to drive, the Western Ring Road only around the corner. Plenty of options also when it comes to shopping, restaurants, cafes, all within easy reach. And as I said, it's that infrastructure that you are investing in today, and what you pay today, you will walk away knowing that it is less than what the property will be worth tomorrow. Now add to that a great property with absolutely nothing to do, because all the hard work has been done for you here by the current owners. No stone has been left unturned. You can sense the luxury from the moment you walk through the door. The application to those walls, that nice grand living area overlooking the kitchen, the big backyard perfectly manicured. What a great opportunity for the investor among us. What a great opportunity for the first home buyer to not only get into the market, but to do it with absolute style. And what a great opportunity for you and your family to bid, to buy, to get the sold sticker up on that board. If that is what you're here to do, buyers, now's your opportunity to reserve that right. Where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for number 41, Heather? Who'd like to start us off? I don't mind the call, buyers. I'm in your hands. Start me where you like. I don't mind the call, buyers. I'm in your hands. I've had my say. It's time for you to have yours. My instructions are from the vendor that we are here to sell today. So if you're here to buy, this is your moment. This is your time. This is your opportunity to take charge of these proceedings and to look at every other potential buyer in the crowd here today and say, no, those keys are mine. They belong to me. This is an opportunity to mark your territory and stake your claim. You've got that chance now, buyers. As I said, I don't mind the call. I'm in your hands. You start me where you like. Perhaps a few shy bidders among us here today. It takes a brave soul to raise their hands first at an auction. At 7, it's a bit light on, sir, but I love an optimist. I'm going to go with you at 700,000. I welcome you and I wish you the best of luck here today, sir. At 700,000, the bid's here now at 7. At 7. At 730, at 730 now, 730,000. At 735, fire with fire. Can I say 60 in the rise? At 730,000, welcome, best of luck at 730 the bid. At 730 the bid now. At 730,000. At 730,000, I'm taking 60, Michael. Can I say 60 at 730 the bid's there? 60 to 60 got. At 760,000 now. 760 the bid. At 760,000 back against you, sir. Take me to 90 or round me off at 8. At 760,000. Are we done over here at 760,000? At 800,000. A great bid at that. At 800,000. Even money now. At 800. Tell him Michael's just a round number. Shouldn't scare him off. At $800,000 I have now. At 800. At 800,000. Fairly been offered. What do we say over here? Opportunity with you, sir, ma'am, and on the phone at $800,000 now.
10.
At 10 or short of my stride will get you involved at 10. At 810,000 or back involved, I should say. At 810 now. At 810,000, the bid's there at 810,000. 20 it's got to be at least. At 810,000 I have fairly been offered. At 810 the bid. At 810,000 bid there. Opportunity on either side. At 810,000 once. At 810,000 are we done? At 810,000 for the second call. At 810 the bid. Are we done? Finished. At $810,000 the bid for the third and final call. At 810 the bid. All done.
Take 5, Rob.
If they bid twice, I will, Michael, but I prefer 10 in the aggregate. At 810,000, the bid's there. Let them know they've got to show strength if they want to buy. Don't show weakness to the competition. At 810,000, make it 20 in the rise. At 810, the bid. At 810,000 in the centre. At 810 now. At 810,000, sir, you've been so strong so far, but you've got to finish strong if you want to buy. At 810,000, can I get you back in for 20? At 810, the bid's there. Opportunity with you. At 810,000, first call at 810, done. Second call at 810,000, done and finished. Third, final call, 810 the bid, all done, all finished, all silent, out at 810,000. Bids there, Michael. It's against their bid at 810,000, 5 at 15. Or short of my stride to get them back involved at 8.15 now. And the same courtesy, so at 5 if you like, and 20 now, the quick retort. At 820,000, let them know the 5's still good with me. They've got it at 8.20, the bid's here. At 820, the bid. At 820,000, fairly been offered now. 8.20, the bid. At 820,000, back in the centre. Opportunity again everywhere else. At 8.20 now. So it only cost you 5 in the rise now. At 820,000, taking 5. Nice, easy bidding at that. At 820,000. At 820,000 and the bid's there now at 820. At 820,000, fairly been offered there in the centre with Harry at 820. At 820,000 once. At 820 all done. At 820,000, second call at 820. Done. Finished. Third, final call. At 25 now at 825 and 30 the quick retort once again at 830,000. At 830,000, fairly been offered at 830,000 at 830 the bid. At 830,000, getting George on the phone now, pulling out the big guns at 830. At 830,000. At 830,000, bid there, 830 the bid. At 830,000, what's George going to say? Bid or I'll come and see you later. At 830,000 now. At 830, bid there. Let him know, George, I'll still take the 5 if they've got it at 830 now. At 830,000. At 35 now and 40. At 840,000, again the quick retort at 40 now. At 840,000, asking for a bigger bid, George. At 840 the bid. At 840,000, fairly been offered now. 840 bids here. At 840 now. At 840,000, bid in the centre. Sir, you're done over here. At 840, definitely done. Thank you for your bidding here today. At 840,000, fairly been offered, bids there now. At 840 the bid. First call
50.
At 50 now, and a great bid at that at 850,000. Fight fire with fire. Give me 10 in the rise. 50 I have. At 850 the bid now. At 850 and 55 now at 855. At 855 bid there. 60 it's got to be. At 855,000 fairly been offered. At 855 the bid once. At 855 all done. And 60 at 860 now. At 860,000. At 860,000 and 65. At 865 the bid now at 865,000 fairly been offered at 865. At 865,000 bid there. Opportunity with your buy on the phone, George. We're done over here at 2.5 at 867.5 now and 70 beckons at 870 now. An easy decision at 70. At 870,000 fairly been offered now. 870 the bid. First call at 870,000 done. Second call at 870 the bid done and finished. Third, final call, 870 the bid, all done, all finished, all silent, out at 870,000. Well, we'll say it at 870,000. Let them know, George, that at 870,000 the bid's there, and so are the keys. We're on the market. We sell here today at 870 the bid. Fairly bidden offered now at 870,000. Need to know if they're in because we sell. We play for keeps here today in the box seat with the keys now at 870,000. We're on the market and selling at 870,000. If they're there to buy, they have to dig deep right now at 870 the bid. First call at 870,000. All done.
500?
At 500, 870 and a half. At 870,000, 500.
$500.
At 500, well, we're not going backwards to 500. At 870,000, 500. We've come too far, George. 870,000, 500 bids there. Give me a big bid on top, sir. Can I say 75? Knockout bid. 870 and a half, and the bid's there. 872 now at 872. At 872,000, let them know they've got the competition down, George, to $1,500 bids. Course for optimism. Tell them to push on at 872 in the bids here. Keys are here. We're on the market. We play for keeps. No second chances here today, folks. We sell away at 872,000 if there's no further bid. At 872 the bid. First call at 872, all done. Second call, 872,000, done and finished. Third, final call, 872 the bid. Are we done? Finished?
1 second, Rob. 1 second. 1 second.
I'd prefer 1,000 at 872. At 872,000, the bid's here now at 872. They're definitely done. At 872,000, I'll give them the benefit of a count to 3, George. If they change their mind, let me know. At 872, the bid. At 872,000, first call at 872, all done. Second call, 872,000, done and finished. Third, final call, 872, the bid, all done, all finished. Silent out 872. We're definitely done there, Michael. We're done over here. At 872, we're selling. 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 Sold. Congratulations and well bid. Please join me in congratulating our purchasers and our vendors here today. You've just witnessed another successful Harcourts, Rata & Co auction. Go Hawthorn. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.